You know the ride, Oblivion, or Alton Towers, yeah? That is literally an exact representation of my life. Seriously. Just hear me out for a second, yeah? So, I think of an idea, whether it be to get in shape or something to do with my business or even like this YouTube channel, and I'm motivated, I'm up for it. So, naturally, I get started and I start putting in the hard work. So, that's the start of the ride, yeah? Where you're putting in the graft and you slowly climbing up to where it is you want to be. And then after, I don't know, a couple of weeks and everything's starting to look good and I'm at the top and I'm enjoying myself a little bit, I start to relax, and then all of a sudden, before I know it, I come to a stop. And then next minute, right back to where I started. And then every time I think to myself, why did I do that? Where did I go wrong? And the fact of the matter is that motivation is what gets you started. But eventually, motivation, it wears off. So after motivation, the only thing that is going to keep you going is consistency. And being consistent with things is extremely difficult. If you're being honest with yourself, you've probably done the same thing. How many of us have signed up to the gym, gone out, bought a load of new gym wear, some new trainers or whatever else, you're all up for it, even told a couple of friends, family, whatever, and then after a couple of weeks, the novelty's worn off and that's it. You start making excuses, you stop going. So consistency is one of the hardest things, and for me, consistency revolves around good habits. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 tips, mainly habits, but not all habits. Some that I've got from other YouTubers, a lot bigger than myself, obviously, and some that I thought of and I stick by, and they have been helping me to move in the right direction. So, tip number 1, never not do it twice. This one I got from another YouTuber called Matt Diavella, someone that I've been following for a long time, way before I even started this YouTube channel. And one of his golden rules is never not do it twice. Sometimes life gets in the way, things happen, but don't ever not do something twice. So if you came home from work one day, you were literally absolutely exhausted, you know, didn't even make any tea, went straight to bed, it's fine that you didn't go to the gym. But the next day, no matter what, no excuses, you've got to go there, you've got to get it done. Tip number 2, don't think about it, just do it. Literally, just do it. Because the more you think about something, the more you'll talk yourself out of it. You know, you start to have a little bit of a conversation in your own head, you go back and forth, you're weighing up the pros and the cons, and before you know it, time's passed by, it's too late, and now you can't be bothered. Whereas if you would have just got on with it in the first place, you'd probably already have finished it. That happens to me so often. So that is a big one. Don't overthink it, just do it. Tip number 3, hold yourself accountable. Now, this is one of the biggest ones. It's so easy to come up with excuses, blame other people, blame other circumstances and scenarios, oh, this happened and whatever else. Trust me, there's people with a lot more going on in their lives and they're still doing everything that you should be doing. So hold yourself accountable. If you say you're going to the gym and you're going to lose weight, get a PT, even if it's only for one day every 2 weeks. You know, that's what I used to do because I couldn't afford to have one all the time. But having one, you know, every couple of weeks made me think, you know, I better go to the gym even when I'm not with him, because otherwise when I see him he's going to kick my ass basically. So yeah, something like that. Maybe make a post on your social media or tell a couple of friends and family, you know, people that will point the finger at you and say, hang on a minute, you said you were going to do this. They will help, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to you. You've got to hold yourself accountable for doing the things you say you're going to do. Tip number 4, one of the easier ones, and that is just develop small habits. There are endless amounts of videos on YouTube of small, healthy habits to pick up. Some of them to help you to get up on time every day. Some of them to make you go to the gym, make you eat right. A small habit would maybe be just to do meal prep your meals in advance. Then you've got no excuse to not eat well if your meals are already prepared. So that's a big one. I spoke in my previous video about time and setting time aside to do the things that you need to do, whether that be work or educating yourself or whatever. Again, get into the habit of setting yourself that bit of time aside and do what needs to be done. Again, tie back in with one of the other tips. Just do it. Don't overthink it. Get on with it. Tip number 5. This might seem like a little bit of a backwards one. Tip number 5 is reward yourself. Now, what I mean here, or what I don't mean rather, is if your goal is to go to the gym and get in shape, you don't want to be spending 6 days eating really good, going to the gym, and then on the 7th day scoffing your face with as much as possible. No, reward yourself a little bit, yeah. Same as if maybe you've been working hard, you've been putting in the time to do what you wanted to do, and there's something that you've been wanting to buy for a little while. Again, small investments. Let's not go stupid, crazy on some mad shopping spree. Order yourself that little thing. If you reward yourself, you're more likely to want to do the things that you don't really want to do. So rewarding yourself for doing those things can have a positive impact going forward. At the end of the day, like I said at the start of this video, my life being a bit like the ride Oblivion. Life is a roller coaster. You hear that expression all the time. It's full of ups and downs. There's going to be times when you're going to try things and you're going to fail, but eventually, if you try enough times, you will succeed. And that is one of the key things to remember when it comes to being consistent. The more times that you try, the more times that you attempt to do something, sooner or later you're going to get it right and you're going to reap the rewards of that. So just don't let life get you down too much. It's so easy to look at all the negatives, but as long as you're recognizing where you're going wrong, picking yourself back up and you're going again and again and again, eventually you're going to get there. I'm in a much better place now than what I was 12 months ago. Still nowhere near where I want to be, but I have become more consistent with things, and that is the hardest one for me. But just know that whenever you're on a dip and things are going wrong and life feels like it's all getting too much, sooner or later you're going to start that climb back up again and you're going to get to a better place. And the key thing is to have more ups and downs. As much as that wouldn't make a good roller coaster in the real world, your life wants to be going up more than it's coming down. Sometimes it's going to be some loop-the-loops and twirls and whatever else, but you just got to keep going forward. Things will change. Things will get better. Stay consistent. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.